They taught you to fear hatred long before they taught you how to think. That quiet, crawling terror has ruled your every choice since childhood. Before books, they handed you obedience. Before your voice, they demanded you be liked. This fear is the invisible leash around the necks of those too weak to rule themselves. If you keep chasing love, you will always serve. To carve your name into this indifferent world, being hated is not a risk, it is required. Look at history without sentiment. No man of true consequence was ever universally adored. Caesar fell, Christ was crucified, yet their power still echoes through time. Affection is fragile and conditional. Hatred is honest, raw, and clarifying. It reveals exactly who fears your rise and profits from your silence. If you fear hatred, it owns you completely. Stare it down, and it kneels. A true ruler does not seek to be loved, he demands to be obeyed. Obedience is born from fear and awe, not shallow compliments. You have decorated your own cage with forced smiles and polite betrayals. You traded raw power for meaningless niceness. You begged to be understood by those incapable of ambition. That is why you feel so empty inside. Respect is never given freely. It is taken in silence, distance, and discomfort. Those who seize it are never universally loved, and that is their strength. If you have never been hated, you have never stood for anything that truly matters. The herd worships the harmless. The awakened are always burned. Do not fear the fire. Let it burn away your softness. The world remembers the feared far longer than the forgotten. Peace is not granted to the gentle. It is negotiated by the powerful. Power comes from necessity, unpredictability, and immunity to public opinion. Stop apologizing for the space you occupy. Stop dimming your intelligence so the mediocre feel safe. Let them call you arrogant, cold, distant. Those are the names given to the free. Every time you silence yourself to avoid friction, you surrender ground that blood alone can reclaim. A wise ruler does not avoid hatred, he manages it like a sharpened blade. He is feared but never reviled. He punishes once, memorably. He smiles in public and plans in perfect solitude. The hatred of others is merely a mirror reflecting who they fear you will become. When they fear you, true respect follows, the silent, careful kind. Who would you become if their approval no longer mattered? What would you destroy? What empire would you build in the shadows? The path to power is carved in solitude, not paved with applause. Chase love and you die exhausted and invisible. Wear hatred like a crown and you begin to rule. They will disguise their terror with sarcasm and whispered concerns about your change. But beneath it all lies one truth. They can no longer control you. Most people do not seek love. They seek control over your orbit. The moment you become unbothered, your presence alone threatens their fragile world. Being hated by the wrong people is proof you are finally on the right path. When cowards whisper your name with disdain, it means your courage has exposed their smallness. Let them swarm in their digital hives, spinning lies. Your path was never built for popularity. It was built for impact that echoes through generations. The prince does not wait for permission. He moves, and the world is forced to adjust. You cannot ascend while carrying the comfort of the weak on your back. The fear of hatred is the anchor keeping brilliant minds in shallow waters. You were born for the deep, for the storms, for dominance. Sometimes truth must cut deeply. Sometimes your mere presence must shatter their illusions. Expect resistance. Expect sabotage. Expect hatred. It is the tax of sovereignty. Their hatred is not your failure. It is their panic at losing control. Understand it, Smile at it, use it, never absorb it. You owe no one your softness if it costs you clarity or power. Defend nothing, explain nothing, simply rise. The more you ascend, the louder their noise becomes. Let them build shrines of resentment. Noise is the final cry of the powerless before they vanish. When you stop fearing hatred, they will test your need to belong. They will exile you from tables that were never worth sitting at. Discover the secret. Those tables were built to drain your fire, not elevate you. Walk away. Build your own kingdom in solitude. Power blooms in the quiet mind that thinks deeper than it speaks. When you no longer fear hatred, you become truly dangerous. Their opinions lose all leverage. Guilt cannot touch you. Shame cannot slow you. You become unreadable in a world built on manipulation. The unreadable are unstoppable. What they truly fear is your indifference, your calm clarity, your refusal to flinch. A prince who does not fear hatred becomes mythic. He moves like a storm wrapped in silk, brutal when necessary, untouchable always. People need someone to blame for their failures. If you rise visibly, they will choose you. Pay that tax. Sit on the throne anyway. The throne is not comfort, it is exposure. Smile while being hated. Never blink. This is not cruelty. This is the discipline of self-possession. Every great mind was called arrogant. Every pioneer was mocked. Every ruler was cursed. History remembers the strong and forgets the agreeable. Do you want to be remembered or merely included, studied or simply seen? Choose now. The moment you stop fearing their hatred, everything changes. You will walk differently, speak with finality, live without permission. They will feel it in their bones, even if they never admit it. In that silence grows respect, earned not by charm, but by unshakable presence. You will find something rarer than love, true space to move and create. Most live as timid echoes begging for approval. You will move as pure initiation. This is the empire of the feared, order carved from chaos. They will call you cold, detached, changed. Good. Their influence over you is dying. You have stopped being useful to their emotional manipulation. You have become sovereign. Sovereigns are always misunderstood by slaves. Let them misunderstand. Power needs no explanations, only results. Their hatred will be loud, desperate, and ultimately powerless. Let them throw shame like stones. None of it touches the free. There is no virtue in collapsing to be liked, no morality in self-martyrdom. Peace is power under perfect control, not submission. You may grieve the death of the old, agreeable you. Grieve briefly, then move. The world will not wait, and neither will your enemies. Turn their hatred into a sword. Let it sharpen you into something precise and lethal. It trims the unnecessary and reveals only what is real. In that clarity, you stop chasing validation and begin commanding presence. This presence cannot be bought or faked, only forged through fire. Survive their venom without folding, and you emerge untouchable. The kind history watches, even while the present mocks. Let them argue and plot in the shadows. You have no more apologies left. Walk forward with eyes up and shoulders squared. Let hatred follow if it must. Wear it not with bitterness, but with calm inevitability. Then something shifts. Their hatred slowly becomes fascination and quiet reverence. You did what they could never do. You stopped needing them. That makes you ungovernable. The most powerful are not those who inspire love, but those who no longer fear loss. Stop fearing hatred. Stop fearing exile. Stop fearing solitude. In that final freedom, you become invincible, no longer trapped by fragile egos or public disapproval. Do not react, do not explain, stay unruffleable. Power lives in composure, in the silence that makes others doubt themselves. The prince who does not answer insults becomes myth. The one who responds only when it matters becomes legend. You are not here to win arguments. You are here to own the entire board, control perception, and you control the tempo of every room. Let them fear offending you. Let them walk on eggshells. Become a presence that disturbs without effort. You do not bow for praise or trade truth for applause. Speak once, act once, force the world to adjust. You have severed the leash forever. Love, legacy, comfort, they must now come to you on your terms. Sit like a king in exile. Speak like a god in hiding. Let your life become the living answer to every doubt they ever cast. Hatred behind their eyes is respect. Gossip is awe. Their silence admits you now write the rules. You no longer compete, you define. You become the axis around which weaker minds orbit. Hatred becomes a weapon of separation. It filters the disloyal from the worthy. Those who remain will follow because they respect power, not performance. Leadership is not declared, it is felt in the bones. It is forged in pain, solitude, and scars that cannot be faked. Most men with influence still feel hollow because they remain enslaved to applause. Not you. You have buried that need. You have built walls to keep yourself focused and relentless. Here, true peace begins. The peace earned through total dominance over your own mind. The inner slave that once begged to be liked is dead, replaced by command, by stillness, by unshakable sovereignty. Being hated was never the enemy. It was the crucible that proved you crossed over. They no longer own you. Now the world belongs to you. Speak truth with finality. Cut ties without flinching. Make decisions without apology. Build what they fear most. A life lived without need. A name that echoes in silence. A presence that lingers long after you leave the room. This is the legacy of the feared. Permanence. You do not need love to be unforgettable. You only need to be immovable. When they ask how you became untouchable, say nothing. Simply walk away and let them sit in the void your power created. Their hatred never touched you, it only crowned you. If you have reached this point, something inside you is already breaking free. The fear of hatred was never protection. It was the most elegant cage ever built. You are done shrinking to fit their world. From this moment, you owe them nothing, not softness, not explanation, not your soul. Are you ready to stop explaining yourself completely? Are you ready to walk alone if it means walking in truth? Are you ready to let their hatred crown you instead of crushing you? If these words cut through your illusions, you already know the answer. The old you is dying. Something far more dangerous is being born. You were never meant to be liked by everyone. You were meant to be remembered by history. The leash is cut, the fear is dead. Now move like the storm you were always destined to become. They will watch, they will whisper, they will fear. And in their fear, they will finally respect what they cannot control. This is dark psychology. This is sovereignty. This is the path few have the courage to walk. But you are no longer one of the many. You are becoming the one they cannot ignore. Wear their hate like armor. Let it make you untouchable. The game has changed because you have changed. No more apologies, no more shrinking, no more waiting. Only forward, only power, only you. The world bends to those who refuse to break. You have refused. Now watch it bend. This is not motivation. This is transformation through shadow. Embrace it fully. There is no going back. You already feel it stirring inside, that cold, clear certainty. Feed it, trust it, become it. The age of fear is over. The reign of the feared begins now. Speak your truth without trembling, build without permission, rule in silence, and let the results scream for you. They hated you for shrinking. They will hate you more for rising. Choose the second hatred. It is the only one that matters. You were born with teeth. Stop smiling when you should be biting. The cage door is open. Walk through it. I have shown you the path through the dark. Now the choice is yours alone, and it always was. Most will stay comfortable in their chains. You were never meant for comfort. You were meant for power, for legacy, for myth. Claim it. Wear their hatred like the crown it truly is. This voice you hear in the quiet, it is yours now. Listen to it, obey it, become unstoppable. The transformation is complete when fear no longer speaks first, when hatred no longer frightens, when you simply are. Cold, certain, sovereign. This is who you were always meant to be. Go now. Build, rise, rule, and never look back at the frightened version of you again. I wear their hate like armor. Say it, mean it, live it. The rest is history.